Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with The Last of Us Part 1. This is a legendary game that is more like a movie than an actual game, although you won't be left without some shooting and hack-and-slash action as well. So here in a ravaged civilization where infected humans and crazy criminals run rampant, Joel, which is you, is hired to smuggle 14-year-old Ellie out of a military quarantine zone. Ellie that doesn't look like she's from another planet, if you know what I mean. However, what starts as a small job soon transforms into a brutal cross-country journey where you will have to save yourself and Ellie from perils of this world. If you saw the TV series, it's basically the same. Well, maybe some hardened fans would disagree, but I played the game some 11 years ago and then I saw the TV show and it was identical for me. Nevertheless, if you somehow skip the game and the show, you have a perfect chance to experience a really cool story. Yeah, a story about a child smuggler. Yeah. Atom RPG Trudograd, or as I call it, Soviet Fallout Union. Because it is basically a Fallout game, just here instead of a wanderer you will be called Comrade a lot. You will be thrown into alternative history. In 1986 the Soviet Union and the Western Bloc were destroyed in mutual nuclear bombings, and you are one of the survivors of the nuclear holocaust. Your mission is to explore the wild and wondrous world of the Soviet wasteland. Because, you know, you can get wasted here in so many meanings. For example, once I just ran into a minefield and died. I just ignored some danger mine signs and went to communist paradise with angry people standing in long lines to buy some doctor's sausage made from cardboard, perestroika everywhere, and Belomorka Nalt cigarettes. Or maybe to communist hell full of capitalist money, sex and supermarkets. Anyway, here you will stream for the better communist tomorrow, and along with that you will have to investigate stuff, various stuff, a lot of stuff. Trudograd is the second part of Atom RPG, but it's completely standalone piece. You don't need to know anything from the first part. And to be honest, I like Trudograd way more than the first part, so I'm recommending it instead. Also keep in mind that this is not a Russian game. You can buy it and you won't be supporting Putin in any way. That is great. Beyond the Steel Sky. Here you play as a dude who is on a mission to bring an abducted child back home. The search has led you to a Union City, one of the last remaining megacities in the world ravaged by wars and political meltdown. The facade of this place is almost utopic. Altruistic AI rules the city, providing people with comfort and care. But as always, dark secrets are brewing in the underbelly. So basically this is a comic book where you make the decisions of the main protagonist and shape the story with your actions. Dark conspiracies, humor, and a cyberpunk city under total surveillance is what you will encounter during your adventures. The game has a very positive review score on Steam, and people are saying that you will love the game if you are a fan of slow pace, puzzles, and intense point-and-click action. Mad Max. This is without a doubt one of the best open-world games on Steam. More than 90% of positive reviews are here for a reason. You will play as a lone warrior in a savage post-apocalyptic world where cars are the most important thing, the very key to survival. So in Mad Max you will have the same mindset as my neighbor Ginteres, who fixes his car every day, polishes the paint and spends more time with it than with his own wife. But the balance in nature is always around the corner. My other neighbor Darius has no car, so he spends time with Ginteres' wife. Everyone is happy. Anyway, in Mad Max you will find an action-packed open world where you must fight against vicious gangs of bandits to stay alive in the wasteland. You want nothing more than to leave the madness behind and find solace in the mythical Plains of Silence. Along the way in your search, you are challenged with treacherous missions as you scavenge the dangerous landscape for supplies to build the ultimate combat vehicle of your dreams. Atomfall. The studio behind legendary Sniper Elite and Aliens vs Predator games decided to develop a survival action game inspired by real-life events. Atomfall is set 5 years after the Windscale nuclear disaster in northern England. Yeah, like most of us, I have never heard of it. So, long story short, in 1957 one of the nuclear reactors of Windscale site, that wasn't a power plant but a part of the British atomic bomb project and produced weapons-grade plutonium, caught fire fire. So in the aftermath, a huge chunk of the country was affected by radiation and around 200 unlucky people died of cancer. So that's the real story. In the game you will explore the fictional quarantine zone around the aforementioned windscale. You will scavenge, craft, barter, fight and talk your way through a British countryside filled with bizarre characters, mysticism, cults and rogue government agencies. People are saying that this is Stalker, Fallout, Bioshock and Brain 1. Sounds good to me. Mars War Logs. This is an absolute hidden gem I have stumbled on by lucky accident. The price and quality ratio of Mars War Logs is beyond fantastic. The game, as people say, is a hybrid between Fallout, Mad Max and the Technomancer. Well, the latter was made by the same company and is set in the same game universe, so no surprises here. Anyway, it takes you to Mars, nearly a century after the cataclysm that drowned the planet and its colonists into chaos. And speaking about drowning, water has become the most precious resource on the planet, with a few companies fighting a perpetual war for its control. Well, honestly, I think that water is not what made the desert planet of Mars famous in the first place. Anyway, you play as Roy, a renegade with multiple talents. You will develop your character and your combat style by choosing among many skills and perks. Melee, ranged combat, stealth or the devastating Technomant power. You know, you're some kind of lizard Harry. I mean Roy. So if you like this game, try the Technomancer as well. And don't pay much attention to the mostly positive or even mixed score it sometimes falls to. It's Eurojang, but it's nice. Tunguska, the Visitation. This is an isometric survival game that brings you to the dangerous Tunguska exclusion zone, where you'll face deadly traps, infectious mutants, bandits, and well-armed rogue military. The game is inspired by the same story as a Stalker, the roadside picnic written by the Strugatsky brothers. Keep in mind that they wrote the story before any serious nuclear accident ever happened, so it's not actually tied to Chernobyl or any other nuclear disaster, just a post-apocalyptic, gritty and dark Soviet Union filled with unexplainable horror. Although you can literally describe a casual Soviet Union without any post-apocalypse with the same words. People in the comments are saying that if you like Stalker or Atom RPG games, it's a no-brainer. Also, it has very positive reviews on Steam. Just keep in mind that despite walls of text, looting and side quests, it is an actual twin-stick shooter, and at first may be difficult to control. Although from my own experience, when you get used to it, everything will be fine. Caravan Sandwitch. Here you'll embark on a journey across a sci-fi world. Driven by a mystery to find your missing sister, you will interact with various communities, help them with their tasks, and meet new people along the way. Take your time to explore the world, whether in your van or on foot. The game is aiming to be crowned as a king of relaxing exploration games. Here you will find no combat, no death, no timer, just you, your van, and the world. Here, equipped with an array of essential tools, you will upgrade your van to open up new passages and ruins. From navigating treacherous terrain to uncovering ancient historical sites. Every step of your journey will bring you closer to unraveling mystery behind your sister's disappearance. Fallout 4. Here you can play from first or third-person perspective. You can take items that lie around and roam across a big open world in search of adventure, absolutely ignoring the main quest and story. So basically it evokes, at least for me it did, the same feeling of freedom and exploration as the Elder Scrolls games. The main difference, of course, is the setting. Fallout 4 is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi game. It's filled with mutants and creepy facilities to explore. You can also join various factions, and that will immensely influence the outcome of the story. Sadly, they don't have a potato salad faction you could join. That is a shame. The game, along with the third Fallout game, has only one really annoying feature. In both cases, I finished the game thinking that I have like 10 or more hours of gameplay left, and it ended absolutely unexpectedly and way too fast. So if you decide to play Fallout 4, keep that in mind. Roam around, do some side quests, do not rush the story. All three games, I mean third Fallout, Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4 are great games. You have all my recommendations. Far Lone Sails. This is a vehicle adventure game where you travel across a dried-out ocean following the tracks of a once thriving civilization. Through an array of roadblocks and hazardous weather, you need to keep your vessel going. While doing that, a lot of questions are circling in your mind. Where will this journey take you? Are you the last of your kind? What happened to the ocean? Will you taste potato salad ever again? Will they finally make another Edge of Tomorrow movie? Can we, with the help of AI, make more Firefly series in the future? And why, when you drink 1 liter of beer, you piss out 2 liters of piss. I guess if you crack the latter, the Nobel Prize would be yours without competition. So it's only you, your machine, and the big nothing. Far is an art from the big A. True fart, if I may say, but in a good sense.
And meow. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and subscribe.